Hi, I'm David and welcome to Leisure Bit, and today we're going to be fitting some reversing sensors in the bumper at the rear of this Fiat Ducato based Elddis CV Campervan. It's pretty standard across the Ducato range, so let's take a look. So I decided to go for the genuine Fiat accessory. The reason for that is it's the right one for the van. There's plenty of other different types you could fit, but I thought I would go with that one. Got it at a reasonable price. The price is pretty variable on those. I paid, it was about £46 for the set, so it was about between £10 and £20 what you'd normally pay for some of the kind of aftermarket generic ones, but I decided to go for the genuine Fiat one anyway, just to keep it in keeping with the van, and then if there's any kind of problems with it, at least I've used the kind of genuine accessories. Not that there's likely to be, but just being extra cautious there. And it comes in a box here. For reference, the part number is 00718 03 466-001. Now this fits a number of different Fiat based vehicles, ranging from the Fiat 500 through to some of the other cars and the vans and van derivatives. And what you get in the kit is you get 4 sensors that fit in the bumper. You get some different mounting options depending on the type of van. And looking in the instructions, let's give you a quick look at that. The one for the Fiat Ducato says to use the, there's like a spring kind of mount on the back. So what we'll do now is, I've made up 3 of them already just so I knew what I was doing. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put this little washer on the just round the end of the ultrasonic sensor there, so you can just see it's just pushed on there, and then we get this little cap that comes with it that actually clips on. It's like the trim for it that fits on the outside. And what we're going to do, glasses off so you can see what we're doing, it fits a certain way. There's a kind of larger and a smaller bit at the other side there, and that just literally clips onto there, and you'll hear it snap in place. So there's our sensor ready done now. Now the next thing we need to put on, and when we get round to actually fitting it in the bumper, we'll get the right ones of these on, but it comes with a number of different sizes, and you can probably see there's a slight angle on the install point there, just to make sure that the sensors are angled correctly. And that literally, there's some little alignment marks, and that literally pushes on there like that. Once we've fitted that bit would obviously go through the hole we'll make in the bumper, but then there's a little flexible washer there. Then we put the spring on. And then when we've put the spring on, there's this little fitting here which locks it in place. So we put that on there and then just align it up in the right place, and then it just latches on like so. So we end up with that arrangement, and then we just clip that off the back. It comes with the 4 cables, and we plug that into the retrospective sensor. That just pushes in at the back like so. And then those feed back into the control unit, which is here. You can see I've plugged some of them in. It comes with a wiring loom here, and the connections which connect up to the reverse light at the rear of the Ducato. In the instructions it says to connect in this side, which we'll have a look at as we go through, and then there's also the buzzer or the beeper, and that just connects in through there. Now it does come with an extension lead here for the buzzer, so if you want to mount it further forward, that's absolutely fine, but we'll see how we get on as we go through the install with that. So on the bottom of the sensor, there's a couple of adjustments, one for the volume of the buzzer and the second for the sensitivity of the sensors, and the 4 sensors just plug into these 4 connections here. So that's the main control unit. There's also a template for marking up when drilling, so you can just cut those out and stick them on for drilling. And it didn't come with a hole saw. I know some of the kits do, so I got it's actually a 19mm hole that we need to make for this one on these ones. Some of the other ones are 21mm, but this one's 19mm, just a slightly smaller hole. So I'm going to use this hole saw to actually drill through the bumper. So let's go and get on with the job. Right, so the first job is to remove the bumper, and then we can have a look to see where we need to drill the holes. So let's get on with that now. So we're now going to remove these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and that's with a number 30, I think, Torx bit, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take those out now. 1, 2, and 4. So seems to be loose there, and then there's some underneath as well we need to take off. I'm just going to go and get a mat to put down so I don't get all mucked up, because I gave the van a quick wash before starting the job. Worth noting, there's a little blanking plate here. You don't need to remove that one, because that connects back into the other section, so it's not attached here. You can see, and there's 4 of the screws underneath as well, so there's 1. So now the screws are out, we can just lift the plastic portion of the bumper off. We'll just give that a little bit of a wipe up, and there's already circles marked, if you can see that, 1, 2, 3, 4, that marks where we need to put the holes in for that. So I'm going to give that a wipe up, and then we'll go and drill the holes with the 19mm hole saw. What you'll see here as well is there's a rubber grommet there to feed the cables through, so we'll feed our cable up through there once we've got sorted with this. I'll go and make the holes in it now. What I'm going to do now is put these stickers on the holes so that we know where the centre point is. Here's a quick look at the 4 stickers that have been put on over the markings on the bumper. It just helps us get the drill in the right position. Right then, now let's crack on and drill the hole. And just before we do any more, I'm just going to check the sensor fits all right in the hole. And we'll just sand that off a bit as well. Yes, that fits lovely. Just the job. So let's get the other holes drilled, and then we can get cracking with the install. Right, so there we go. We have 1, 2, 3 and 4 holes ready to fit the sensors in. So let's get on with that now. So once we've put the sensor in, we then add this little washer here. goes onto there. Then we add the spring, and then we pop the fastening clip on, which basically makes sure it stays in nice and tight. There we go. There's a quick look from the other side. So next, just need to pull the cables through for each of the sensors, just through the gaps there, ready to plug into the bumper. So next we're going to unscrew this panel so that we can get access, and I've pulled the grommet out here ready for us to feed through. So I've run a bit of conduit and just made a hole. I actually used the 19mm drill bit just so it's a nice tight fit in the grommet there. That then feeds up to here, and I'm going to fold the excess wire in the bumper bit here, because it's just a void and it saves having it all tucked up inside. So there we go, just tucked the wire in there, and then that feeds back up into the main bit. I'm just going to put a bit of tape or silicone on there just to make sure we don't get any water in. And there we go, just screwed the bumper back on the same way we took it off. So we're only going to be using the black and the red wire, which I've shortened, and I've just taped up the spare wires just that don't touch on anything. So to finish off, I've used a crimp which was supplied with the kit onto the grey and green wire at this side, just in line with that, and connected the red wire back into the unit there. I've also connected the earth off the connection there, and I've just plugged that light connection back in there as well, so we can bob it in place now. So I've mounted it just against the side of the van there. So that's us done. So we fitted 4 sensors, we've fitted the box, we've fitted the buzzer just under here, and we're all set up to go. So let's give it a try. So just pop it in reverse and you can hear it bipping there, and as we go back we see we can hear it speeding up, and there we go. Stop. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.